Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Ka-Pow Comics. It is our new comic book day, and thankfully it's arrived in the morning. Yay! Our regular driver is back on it, and he's always way cool about actually looking out for when I open, and because he parks just around the corner. So when he sees me coming in for my breakfast on Tuesday morning, he'll unload and bring stuff straight around to me. It's brilliant. It makes my life so much easier when it's my regular delivery driver. And it means I've got all this cool stuff to show you. We're going to do it in kind of an odd order just because of the way things are like sized. So we're going to start with some periodicals, then go on to graphic novels, and eventually go back to periodicals with some merch in between. And that's simple because, once again, odd size of things is a pain in the backside. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, issue 3, finally come in, and again, it's not a little bit too big. And the other history of the DC universe, with variant cover for me. And how cool does that look? So glad I've been getting the variant covers for these ones. John Ridley, by the way, is like blowing up at the moment. He's been put on absolutely loads of things after doing this and then the new Batman, or next Batman, should I say. But I've got to say, so far, the only thing he's done that I've really enjoyed has been the history of the DC universe. Everything else I've read of his has been like, yeah, right, can you move these out of the way a second? Now, graphic novels and such. Start with manga because they're on the top. One Piece 96. Apparently that's still going. Manga classics, the story of Edgar Allan Poe. We actually can get a lot of the manga classics in, and I hate to, I usually don't bother, but I do like myself some Edgar Allan Poe, so give that one a try. Probably the biggest manga release today, though, is another one for the Junji Ito fans. Love Sickness, I believe this one's called. Yeah, it's another one of the story collections rather than a full book, but he always sells well. So if you're a fan, come in and grab those. So I put my manga stack. Other things we've got in. Goblin, little mini trade. I'm not sure if this is a trade or a graphic novel, if I'm completely honest, but it's this weird little size, but it looks very, very cool inside. Let me find a nice page which can show off the artwork rather than something that's really, really... Oh no, most of the pages are really busy, but I really quite like it. It's kind of inks over... Well, ink lines, really. Batman the Dark Knight Detective Volume 5. Basically, it's not really anything to do with anything else. It's just like Batman. Dawn of X, which we only really get these for the guy who gets like the entire run of them are coming out as the Dawn of X trades. Everyone else seems to just grab like the one title they want, so that's cool. First of the latest Champions trades by Eve Ewing, if I remember correctly, which I've been reading, which is quite good. Latest one. We had a couple of latest Amazing Spider-Man by Nick Spencer. We've had a few others. I had a lot of backorder stuff coming this week, which I put straight on sale. Flash by Mark Waid, ordered specifically for one of my regular customers. Speaking of backorders, I think that's one of them. Yeah, that's the Dreaming. That just sold at the weekend. Ordered for someone in particular, Spider-Geddon. To be honest, I've not been following all the like Spider-Verse kind of stuff going on. I've no idea what's happening in there. Ta-Nehisi Coates' Captain America Volume 3. And this last one is the most liked picture of our new Comic Book Day album that I've seen. Ditko shrugged. Basically, we put out loads of stuff and we get our new Comic Book Day album, and people like pictures that seem appropriate. This one has got so many likes. I feel kind of bad. This one goes, oh, cool, can I have it? I have to say, no, this one was ordered specifically for somebody, and it took ages to get here because I think like 2 weeks before release date, he asked for it. By that point, all the UK copies have been spoken for by the stores. They finally got some back in stock. If you do want a copy, give me a shout. But just to warn you, okay, I can't see the price on the back, but I think, yeah, so $50. So that's going to run for about £45. So if you do want it, cool, get in contact. It looks amazing, but be prepared. It's not the cheapest volume we stock. Right, just going to move these out of the way. And we'll get on to assorted merch. Mostly pop figures today, if I'm completely honest, but one thing that isn't a pop figure, little animated Doctor Doom, which looks adorable. This one is actually ordered for somebody who's a big fan of the animated thing. He's got like 2 more on order waiting to arrive, but I do like the look of those. So he's going to go and live up there. Stay. But on to pop figures now. First off, Dino Pool, which is Deadpool as a dinosaur, because why not? I mean, honestly, if you could. Got a couple of those in because it looks just cool. This one, we only got the one in, which you'll see why because of the size of it. Yep, big as me heat. Which apparently is the Mandalorian and the child, which, oh yeah, you can just about see. There we go. Yeah, on a Panther, which I assume is a thing that happens. Next up, we've got 2 each of these, but one of this has already been spoken for. Scarlet Witch, this is from the One Division, and it's her in her actual full-on Scarlet Witch costume that you see at the end. One of this has already been claimed because it is a very, very cool pop figure. Let's just put those out there. And next, because we all know it was Agatha all along, we have Agatha Harness. I've got 2 of them, in fact. I've already had literally since posting a picture of somebody seeing the thumbnail for this video, somebody has already put in a request to how much these are, and I'm guessing they're going to want them. So don't sleep on those. Right, I need to find a way to stack these, so I'm not going to knock everything off. Okay, I think I might. No, in fact, I'm going to move stuff. I'm going to play it safe rather than risk knocking something over. The last thing I want is this video to be interrupted by a clatter of dozens of things falling to the ground. So at the moment, all you're doing is listening to me talking while I things around. Not the most exciting in the world, but there you go. But it means no damage. Right, comic books now. There's quite a few this week. If you checked my video last week, you'll know that it's because Diamond UK had some major problems, and a lot of stuff didn't arrive until kind of like last minute for them, so it wasn't able to put on last week's delivery. We did have quite a few people say, but where are my comics? I do apologize. I honestly, I know I'm only a small local store here, but it's also just me running it. So if something like that happens, instead of taking the time, which is quite a lot of time, to reach out to every single one of my customers for every single one thing that they've missed, I generally just put a post up saying we've missed a bunch of stuff. Last week, I even took pictures of our League of Geeks app showing which ones hadn't arrived so people could check and see what's going on. A lot of people still didn't know. I do apologize. I do my best to reach out to people, but it's very, very time consuming to send individual messages to every single person. So try your best just to keep paying attention to me. Oh, the Midnighter in latest Action Comics. I like the Midnighter. I might read that. Aliens, or Alien, should I say, by Phil Kennedy Johnson. Still not a huge fan of Salvador Roca's art, but that is quite a cool cover. Kind of like soft colouring, though, which is really quite nice. From Jeff Lemire now, the follow-up to Ascender. This one, we've never... In fact, I think in the entire half dozen years I've been running this shop comic book store, nobody has ever asked me for any Cerebus stuff. But Baby Yoda Cerebus has been requested, and it has arrived. Batman Black and White, and I think I might be missing one of these. I'll have to check against my invoice. I'd like to say, wow, cool cover, but it's just a little bit like just so much stuff going on there until you eventually realise it's like the reflection of Tib in the window. It's cool, but there's a lot going on. Next up, Detective Comics 1036, which they have sent us absolutely no variants, which is a shame because 2 of them were on order, so hopefully they will arrive next week. That one is not, as far as I know, a Diamond UK only problem. That's just they're not picking the box correctly. 0 Point Fortnite, issue 2, second print. So if anyone missed out on issue 2, they will have arrived. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, very, very cool, classic looking cover there, including a not so classic looking, but still equally shiny variant. Batman versus Superman, just the one for the guy who loves himself some Superman. Beta Ray built. We were 1 short on this one. We're supposed to have 4. We only got sent 3. I'll have to go through and see who kind of like added onto the list last. I do apologize. This is a diamond picking error rather than anything else. But I've already checked. It is in stock, so there should be no issues getting it back in next week. Black Panther now, which I believe is the final issue of Tennessee Coates' Black Panther. We have main cover, which fully sums up the whole intergalactic Empire of Wakanda thing going on there. Also got, and I think this is just a slight error on my part, the Heroes Reborn cover, which just looks fine to me. But the very, very cool one, which I think is somebody that specifically ordered the Stormbreakers one. Very, very Gleason. I'm guessing it's Gleason looking at it. Gleason cover. The minimalist things. There's some of these which have worked and some haven't. I think since the Spider-Man one, where it was like all webby and stuff, that was really like absolutely standout, bold cover. They've done it a lot since then. This is the first one in a while I actually do really, really like. Shove things along, so buckle anything. Black Widow. I've just seen some cool news that She-Hulk's going to go and do some Black Widow stuff. That'll be cool. From Christopher Cantwell now. Blue Flame, issue 1 from Vault. I don't think anyone's on that one, but I know I have some Cantwell fans, so hopefully somebody's going to see that and go, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Blade Runner Origins, issue 4. Very cool noir-looking cover there. Damned the Cursed Children, issue 5. One for me coming up now, which is always good to see. The Department of Truth, one of our best-selling comic books, and that is my shiny variant, which I almost just dropped on the floor. That would have been really quite bad. Thankfully, it's just for me, though, so I suppose if anything bad happens, Dragon Age Dark Fortress, issue 3 on that one. Dune, House Atreides. Now, that is a very nice cover. So much going on there, and it looks absolutely brilliant. If you've been reading Dune, I think there's a follow-up, kind of like either miniseries or one-shot coming up if you want to add it onto your League of Geeksing, because I'm not going to automatically order it for everyone, that's all. Yeah, Eternals issue 2, back order there for somebody who missed out. As again with Fantastic Four Life Story. If you were supposed to get this last week and didn't, that has arrived for you. I think that was just because somebody added it on like really late in the day, so I did miss out on that one, unfortunately. Firefly, which apparently is still doing okay. I think they're doing a bit too much for me though at the moment. With all the Blue Sun and Brand New Verse. I think if I was getting Firefly, I just want to stick to the originals, but you know, that's just me. Next up we have Flash, 770 variant there, which tells you like quite a bit going on there, tanks and stuff in the background. Regular cover. This is actually one I've ordered a couple extra for. If you're wondering why, it's because apparently Flash punches Hitler. And I don't know, but part of me just thinks I might get asked for a couple extra copies of that one because it's just a cool thing that happens. Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings, which when I first saw it, thought, is that Aquaman? It isn't. Goddamned the Virgin Brides. Very dark and gritty comic book is that one. Another one with a little bit for me here, Haha, which has been great. Almost finished already, but it's very much fun comic to read. And I do like the rather odd variant there. One that I haven't been buying, but I kind of wish I'd started it, the new Harley Quinn. I'm loving the art style, which is the same art style on the outside there. And it's written with quite a lot of heart to it as well, which is really quite nice. Helm Grey Castle, issue 2, just all of those ones. And we're about to hit the Heroes Reborn section of the day. Let's do this bit at a time. So what do we have to start with? Magneto Force. Siege Society. Young Squadron. And a variant of Young Squadron. I assume all this means something to people who are getting it. I am so far out the loop on what Marvel are doing with that one. It's untrue. Zach Thompson's I Breathe the Body, which has been brilliant. This one is an all back order for me because I finally got fed up of waiting for my first printing of issue 1. As I've gone for the second printing, but I do like that cover. That's what happens when one goes missing and I do the honourable thing and let somebody else have it. Regular old Justice League there, which includes Welcome Home Naomi, story about the apocalypse. In case you've not noticed, Naomi's got a full series run being pulled at the moment for TV. Lady Baltimore, which is a Mike Mignola. Looney Tunes, Last Train to Albuquerque, just because, yeah, why not? Right, I have to move some stuff around again, just so I don't knock things over. So just bear with me a second. And I'm back. Okay, let's move this so I'm not going to knock anything backwards or forwards. Maestro, Warden Pax. Only one person's been down for this, which, as it turns out, is kind of surprising. It's been getting really good reviews. The Marvels, because they really like confusing me. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, the Clone Saga, which I hate to say it. I'd be quite enjoying Miles Morales, but I don't really care much about the Clone Saga. Right, Milestone Returns here. We've got a little bit of an issue. It's a tiny issue. We've got the regular cover there, and then somebody ordered a variant. And instead of sending me the variant that they ordered, they've just sent me the blank variant. The person who ordered this, he usually watches these videos. If not like live, he'll catch up with later. So I should be able to get you a replacement, like an actual one that you ordered, if you want to wait a week. So I've got an itchy nose. Getting towards, well, it's spring in Huddersfield, although the weather doesn't look like it, so I am getting a little bit of hay fever going on, so I do apologise. I'm itching my nose a little bit more than usual. Mr. Miracle next. And yes, I did thoroughly enjoy the last Mr. Miracle one. This is probably going to be quite different, but excellent cover A there. I do like the use of a very limited colour palette and lack of bold, like, outer lines. So the colours from the background leach into the colours in the foreground. Really like that. and an even better variant cover. Very much looking forward to giving that one a read. Paul Cornell's Modern Frankenstein, second issue of that one. Which I honestly thought this one had finished, but no, Money Shot is still going. Monstrous, which continues to look absolutely amazing, but only one person gets it from us. My Little Pony Friendship Cats Are Magic, apparently. Take your word for that one. New Mutants, which a few people did kind of drop on to create a team change, which is a shame. I always kind of like the look of that one. Nightwing issue 80, introducing a brand new character, apparently. I mean, who knows? Could be amazing. Reptile, a new one from Marvel. Brand new issue 1 with a new character. You usually expect to see like a big uplift in all of this one, but I don't know if anyone, like, the creative team doesn't seem to be one that's going to make people jump up and pay attention to that. And Robin with Flatline. Do like the look of the design on that character. It's got a little bit of a Black Parade feel going on there, which I can't complain about. Ruby Justice League. Again, this is one of those things I only pull for the guy who really likes his Superman stuff, because nobody seems to care about Ruby that much in this store. Surprises me. Shadow Service, which I'm down for, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's not quite as funny as the first volume, but it's still pretty damn dark and very entertaining. Shang-Chi, because we were one shy last week. Sleeping Beauties, number 6. Stephen King one? Stephen King and Owen King. Stephen King's name first. Obviously, don't trust Owen King's name to do much yet. Something is Killing the Children. This is like one of the top 5 indie comic books out there right now, and only one person gets it from us. That's one I really did think would be more popular. Spawn 318. Good lord, look at the gore on that one. Really not pulling any punches there. And also, I don't remember ordering this one. I think it's basically like a promo thing they're doing for King Spawn, a black and white variant. I'm not sure if there's something like I can order multiple copies of, or they said there's the one of it. The novel. Okay. Well, to be honest, I always, when I look at Owen King, I always think to myself, he really needed the King name to get stuff going, whereas Joe Hill just went under his own name. Well, he's that name. I'd rather read Joe Hill. Stargirl, the spring break special. Yes, it is spring. Oh, look. Intriguing. No. Star Trek Year 5. We've got one extra of this, which makes us think one of those things we're short of has ended up basically being that by mistake. I do apologize. Hopefully, we'll get it sorted. Star Wars Darth Vader, War of the Bounty Hunters, Prelude into the Trap. And Star Wars Dr. Aphra, War of the Bounty Hunters, Prelude, The Invitation. Still on a prelude. So many parts into this. But we were one shy of War of the Bounty Hunters. I think somebody added this one quite late because they wanted the full crossover and they weren't originally down for that one. This one is not one we've paid for. This is something was sent to us, and I don't really mind the fact that it's buckle on there because it's free. But it's a Story World promo book on the Demon Hunter. We got an email from this company, actually a phone call from this company saying, "Oh, can we send you stuff? We want to sell you things." I'm like, "Yeah, all right, I'll take a look." If they've come through from Diamond, that means their stuff is probably going to end up being something we can order easily rather than having to get it direct. Just a very basic flick through. It looks okay, but nothing jumped out at me in terms of like amazing bold design. Strange Adventures, only a few issues left of that one, because I always kind of like them next to each other. The variant cover there as well. Really looking forward to seeing how that one ends. Teen Titans Academy, regular and shiny variants, and that is a very shiny variant. Onto the Transformers bit now, and because there has been quite a lot of delays on the Transformers, a lot of them have arrived at the same time. Let's move this out so I can go through them. First off, we have Transformers, which is the ongoing. I was going to say War World, but it isn't. That's actually just the subtitle. That's fine. But that's issue 29, and then issue 30. Both arrived at the same time. Yay. And then we have Transformers Escape, which also arrived. And this one, I think we should be under M for My Little Pony Transformers, Magic of Cybertron. Issue 1 was quite entertaining. Another one just for me, which ended up being like an absolutely brilliant horror comic book, Two Moons, thoroughly enjoyable. Wave X issue 2, we were shy again. It's just a mispick, I think, that time. I can't remember. But love that cover. brand new Witcher series now, The Witcher's Lament. It's been a while since I read a Witcher one. I quite enjoyed them when they first started, but then there was like a weird change in tone, and it all went kind of weird and comedy. And Wonder Girl issue 1, without the massive kink on the bottom there, so that's that problem sorted out. I did actually thoroughly enjoy reading and reviewing that one. And finally now, just your standard X-Men comic book, but that is kind of cool. I like the simplistic nature of it, like just one character focusing quite tightly, but lots of detail once you start poking around into it. Okay, that's everything that I've got in this week. To anyone who's watching this who isn't one of my regular customers, yes, your comic book store probably has way more than this. Why not have all of this stuff? This is mainly just me doing it because we're still at a point where a lot of people don't feel comfortable coming into a town centre. Add to that the fact that the tiny little bit to the north of England that I live in is now apparently at slightly more of a risk from the variant out of India. But the government guidance is kind of like really lame on this one. There's nothing really changed. There's no like lockdown or restrictions or anything like that. It's basically saying, you know, just don't be daft. Meet outside instead of inside if you can. Try and maintain 2 meter distance, which everyone's doing anyway. And don't travel in or out of Kirklees unless you have to for work. But none of that really makes much difference. People who are already in Kirklees are going to come to a comic book store. So we're kind of just going with the flow here and hoping like heck that nothing bad is going to happen. We will keep telling people to stay safe, look after each other, do what you can to minimize any kind of risk. But apart from that, there's not really much we can do at this point. If you've got an invite for a vaccination, go and get it, like straight away. Don't waste any time on that one. And other than that, check back in later. I've got a few issue ones I want to have a look at. Mr. Miracle is probably certainly going to get read and reviewed because I quite like the last version I read of him. Until then, though, stay safe, everyone. Look after yourselves. Bye.